All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Run! Go! This is the podcast!
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a podcast?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and podcast. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hey everyone, welcome to Get to the Podcast. That's Get to the Podcast with the number 2. My name is Diego D'Souza.
I'm Nick Gambino.
And I'm Neil Carson.
All right.
I just want to start doing Beastie Boys songs.
Oh.
Just had me thinking about it right before we started, and all I got is all these Beastie
Previously,
Boys.
before we press record.
I want to, like my name was
What about their
Biz
Christmas album? They had a Christmas album.
Law.
right?
No, did they?
I don't know.
that's
I'm
not
just
a
saying.
thing.
Everyone has a Christmas album. Like,
Everybody,
you
but-
know
but-
you've made it.
When you have a Christmas
Yeah,
album.
Christmas album.
Yeah. Oh, well, here's a good segue into what we're actually talking about today. Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was in
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is that what
So-
Argyle's listen to?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis, which is a classic. It's like the only classic Christmas song in rap.
Yeah.
You know, rap Christmas song.
Which
And
brings us to the
the
topic
topic
today.
of today. There,
Yep.
I did it,
I did
guys.
it. I did it.
I don't know why that song was
Tell me
it.
I'm good.
Tell me who's good. Hey,
Tell
tell
me
me I'm
I'm
good.
good.
Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good.
Are you good?
Tell me I'm good.
Are you good?
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you. See, that wasn't so hard. All right, so we're talking about why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Can you guys cut the shit out? Apparently, only like 20% or 18% of Americans, because they polled every single one of them, believe that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So that means 18% are living in reality and 82% are in the Matrix. They're in complete denial. It's so obviously a
So
Christmas
sad,
movie.
I feel like those people that say it's not haven't seen it, and they just think it's like Lethal Weapon or some
Yeah,
other
or they dislike the
action
movie.
or
Like,
something.
anybody-
Whoa. We don't say that here. Nobody
We don't
dislikes
say-
Die Hard.
nobody
Like,
dislikes
no,
Die
but
Hard.
I can't
either
even
people-
imagine not liking that movie, even if you didn't see it as a kid growing
Yeah.
up. But like, how could you watch that and not go like that was a great fucking movie?
Classic.
Yeah.
It really
They're
is
the
a classic.
Grinch.
Infinitely
Yeah, seriously.
rewatchable.
They're the
Seriously.
Grinches.
Infinitely rewatchable.
Yeah.
Right, but here's the thing. Why are they saying this? Like, yeah, either they haven't seen it, they don't like it, like, and I get it, you say nobody does, but somebody must not like it. I bet you they're not fans of the film particularly.
I mean, if you don't like that, then you probably just don't like action movies
Yeah.
in general or something.
Probably.
I think
Or
people.
movies
Yeah.
in general.
I had this
I have
argument
met
at
people
work.
that don't like movies
Or Christmas.
I had this argument at
Christmas. Or
work,
life.
and
Or life.
we did it with
Kill
Creed
yourself.
and Miss Doubtfire, and they were saying, "Oh, Miss Doubtfire is a holiday film." I was like,
No.
"Why is Miss Doubtfire
no.
a holiday film? It's about a divorce.
Yeah.
it has
Hey,
nothing to do."
I
And
didn't
he was
think-
saying, "Well, holiday films is about family. Miss
No,
Doubtfire is about a divorce."
Holiday
was
films
this?
are about
It's-
holidays.
Who was saying this?
People at work. I don't.
All right.
I'm not going to
People
drop names.
crazy.
Wow,
But I was like, no. What the argument was, they were saying that Creed is not a holiday film, and I think it is, and a lot of people think it is.
Creed?
Creed. Yeah. It is dropped in Thanksgiving.
Oh,
First and second Creed's dropped.
But do they have
There
a
is
scene
thing
where
they
they're
do
having?
have. They do have a dinner scene.
I mean, we did
Which
argue
is-
that Rocky was kind of Thanksgiving-ish in a way, but
is.
it's not.
It-
Okay.
it's
Tough.
it's
That's a-
debatable
that's
there,
a
but
bigger
it's a
stretch
good
than Die Hard.
argument, is it?
Yeah, you
it's a
could actually
good
But
argue
argument.
that is a bigger stretch than Die Hard. Like that's the thing. If people are gonna say shit like that, like I'm like that, I can get a little bit like I don't know. But Die Hard. All right, let's look at it for a second. Right. First off, the screenwriter of the film is like it's a fucking Christmas movie. Okay.
The
he
movie
dropped
ends.
Christmas references throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
It takes place on
Ho
Christmas
ho
Eve.
ho! He's wearing the thing.
Yes.
And, I have a machine.
It all
gun.
takes place
Oh
at
my
a
God.
Christmas party. It takes place on Christmas Eve and Christmas morning.
It has to do with a father coming home for Christmas.
Yes. Literally, the movie starts
Yes.
and he's got the big bear. You know, he picks up at the airport. He's bringing it to his kid. It's a Christmas present. Like, the whole thing is so freaking Christmas.
Yes.
Like, so much so the second one, like, they decided to do the same time period, and there's snow in that one, but this one's in L.A., so they couldn't have snow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is
Hans Gruber Christmas ornament.
Yeah, they literally have like Die Hard Christmas.
He's the Grinch
ornament.
in the film.
They have the...
Yeah.
They even have the ornament with John McClane
Yeah,
in
where
the
he's
air duct.
the air duct.
Yeah.
Have you
if you
seen
think
that? It's
about it, he's the
amazing.
Grinch in the film. He's greedy.
Yeah, that's true. He's
It
trying
is.
to get how
He's-
much?
Millions.
Was it millions?
Millions.
Was it
Yeah.
billions?
It was not billions. Nobody
Millions.
steals billions from a
Well, he was
Nakatomi Tower
stealing,
in LA. Like, there's no billions just in a big safe.
Dude, you wouldn't. Who
Well,
knows,
he was
man?
stealing
I'd
bonds,
rip off
wasn't
half
it?
the building.
It wasn't money. He was stealing bonds.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
money. He didn't just steal
The
bonds so that he
negotiable
could have
bonds.
bonds. It was bonds so that.
Well,
he could-
bonds can be Well, I'm saying bonds can be valued at. A lot
Yeah, I'm
more
saying
than
it was money though. It was.
He was
effectively he was
Actually,
stealing.
I wonder
money.
now what happened to that money because I mean, if you haven't seen it, Nakatomi gets blown
That's
away.
the next Die Hard.
in like the first. 15
McCain
minutes
has
of
the
film.
whole
Yeah.
money. McCain stole the whole thing. He flipped it.
McCain.
McLane.
McLane.
Oh
I'm
yeah, the
talking
guy
about
who went
Yeah,
up
like-
against Obama in the election. No, McLane.
McLane, yeah, McCain, yeah.
McCain.
But like, I mean, I obviously you see like bonds fly out like in the explosion, like the money blows off the building or whatever, right? Doesn't it start
Yeah.
falling? The papers and stuff. So because
I don't
he
know
falls,
that. Some of
that
it's
window
money.
blows out or whatever.
It's
That's
not
what
all of it,
is.
though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, does he have like a son that inherits the business? Like, I want to see what happens. Like, how this follows up.
Yeah.
I feel bad about that money.
Well, what they don't show is the scene inside the limo right afterwards, and Argyle stuffed the entire back of the limo with the fucking bonds.
And the bear.
Why's it gotta be
And the bear.
Argyle?
Why? Because he's black? I know. That's not what I said.
Wow, this guy over here.
And the bear.
I didn't say what's it says. Vel Johnson, Carl.
He needed it for his girl that he was on the phone with the whole time.
Just saying, he was entrepreneurial. He was trying to start
That's
the whole
true.
limo business. That's what he was
true.
talking
It could
about.
have been what's his
Basically,
name?
you're
Became
going
a
back to
corrupt
blaming
cop
the
and,
black
like,
man.
was loading
Why
him
is it
up.
gotta be him?
Basically,
Carl
he went back
Winslow.
to blaming the
which
black
is not
man.
his name.
No,
in
it's
the
like
movie.
Vel Johnson. No, I always forget his name in the movie, but his real name's.
I'll
like
tell
Vel
you,
Johnson.
the thing that always floors me about that movie every time I watch it, rewatch that movie, and in the beginning of the movie, you see Carl Winslow. I forget what his name is, but you see him go to like a gas station. He buys a Twinkie. And then the guy, he's
Twinkie?
like, it's for my wife. And the guy's like, yeah, sure.
He buys a
He's
shitload
like,
of Twinkies.
Seriously, it's for my wife. And he's like,
Right.
whatever. And then he walks out the thing. He hears the radio say, like, call it Nakatomi Plaza or whatever.
Walks to the street.
Walks to the street, looks up. And if you look to the right, there's a gas station sign and it says 81 cents a gallon. And I'm like, 81 cents a gallon?
Truly
like,
a
holy
Christmas miracle.
shit. Yeah, I'm like, this is definitely a Christmas movie.
Yeah. So, okay, why are people saying it's not a Christmas movie? Let's break it down, okay? Because when they look at a Christmas movie, nobody's going to argue that Miracle on 34th Street is a Christmas movie. Nobody's going to argue that It's a Wonderful Life, Elf, Home Alone, Scrooge, whatever. Nobody argues that those are Christmas movies. Even The Ref, I don't think people argue is a Christmas movie.
No, I mean, you can't.
But why are they
It's
saying
definitely a
Die
Christmas
Hard
movie.
is not a Christmas movie? Because there's no mention of Santa Claus?
There's
Because
tons
there's
of
no
mentions of
supernatural elements? No, because Home Alone wasn't supernatural.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I
The
think
ref
And
is-
that
people are-
movie's all about Die Hard is basically like a reverse fucking Home Alone, right? Like it's a guy gets people trying to
Reverse
rob
Home
rob
Alone.
his place, so he decides to do a bunch of booby trap type shit. But it's
I
like
wonder if the book that it's based on is actually has all those Christmas themes, or if that was added by
the screenwriter.
screenwriter.
Well, the book
yeah.
is apparently very different from the movie, so I'm almost like, well, even if the book had nothing to do with Christmas, the movie's so different from the. I mean, God, they were gonna have Frank Sinatra playing McLane.
I think people are
Originally
saying
based off
are
the book.
saying this
That's
because
crazy.
there goes back to what I was saying about that argument that I had earlier with holiday films is the fact that people. I think a lot of people think family, good feeling story,
Yeah.
which Die Hard has.
It does. Home
It
Alone
has
doesn't
a-
even particularly have
He's
that.
trying to save his wife. and
Home
then
Alone
there's the
has.
whole-
There's
yeah.
really few. The stories are different between Home Alone and Die Hard, but it's really the end result is literally the same thing.
It's all the same.
It's
Yeah,
all
he's
the same
reunited
thing.
with
It's
his
just Home
wife
Alone.
and-
You had. I mean,
Do his kids show up at the end? of it? No.
McClane's wife's name
No.
is
Oh, you see them, though.
Holly.
Gennaro.
Holly.
Holly, yeah.
Holly.
I didn't even think of that.
Holly.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
I got like 50 pages right here with why it is a
Yes.
Christmas film.
Okay, so
the music and also the
it
theme.
ends on
Well, not
weather
just that, but like
outside.
even like the main theme, like throughout the movie, there's like these little like jingles and things thrown in where it's like, ding,
Right.
ding, ding, like
And
when
it
the-
snows
They're getting
at
ready
the end when
and
the song comes on.
Well, it's technically Ash, I think, but yes,
It's snow.
it's LA. It's
Well,
LA.
that-
Well, I
And
know, but-
definitely
It's
in the
the
second
building
one.
is,
Don't
like,
ruin the
burning.
The
moment.
second one,
Don't ruin the moment.
100%
It
is
snows.
like takes place.
Second
during
one's
Christmas.
in DC. It's
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's snowing. Yeah, it's. I think it's definitely.
But
the
it's like he's
holidays.
flying for the holidays.
Yeah,
or
that's why
whatever.
there's so many people at the airport. It's like
Yeah.
the holidays.
It's
yeah.
weird that what's her name wasn't in it though.
Holly, she was.
Yeah.
In
No.
the second one, she was. She was in the plane.
Oh shit, you're right.
That's the
It's
whole thing he's
third
doing.
one.
She's stuck in the
third
air.
one.
Yeah,
She's only on the
She's
phone,
not
but
the
you
third
never
one.
hear her or whatever.
You
yeah.
hear her for 2 seconds. She's like, John.
it could be anybody,
John? Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It could be me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's go to Die Hard for a second. So you got the music, right?
Yeah.
You have
The
fact
time
that
period, it's Christmas
at
Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It takes place Christmas Eve at a Christmas party.
Yeah.
There's ho 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 and Santa Claus shit all over the place.
Yeah.
There's that line, and he writes on the guy's shirt, ho ho ho, now I have a machine gun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why would that be in there unless it was all around Christmas? Like it's totally Christmas themed.
Yeah.
How much Christmas needs to be in a movie before you say it's a Christmas movie?
Yeah. That's true.
So people say Home Alone's a Christmas movie. There's Santa Claus isn't in there, so they're not saying it has to be an actual Santa Claus.
Well, it takes place during like the week of Christmas, I should say.
What does?
Home Alone.
Right, but what I'm saying is nobody says, well, that one, nobody says there has to be a Santa Claus in the movie, right? Because
Right.
Home Alone doesn't have Santa Claus in the movie.
Well, yeah, no, you don't have to have Santa Claus.
So that's
for it
not
to
what
be
they're
a
saying
Christmas
needs to be a
movie.
Christmas
There's
movie.
tons of Christmas
So what are
films
they
that
saying?
don't have Santa.
What are they saying? They're saying that you have to see them around a tree opening gifts?
Yeah. Yeah,
No, I don't think
know.
it's that. I think it's because Die Hard is more of it's an action film, and I don't think a lot of people consider
Home
action
Alone's
films.
action to a degree.
I know, but see, that's
Shoots
a little
the guy in the
So
head.
how they
What?
Home Alone.
I
yeah,
didn't
there's
say
a lot of,
that, yeah.
but how they
head.
get by with that is
BB
because it's
gun
a little
with the
kid,
shotgun,
but it's
yeah.
a little kid, and that's how they get by with that.
Yeah.
And Die Hard, it's different.
All the
It's not a little
blood
kid.
is red, and Christmas has red themes.
All right, that's just
Oh, but that's just yeah.
Okay, here's an argument. Here's an argument I've heard, and I get it. Well, at first, you could go, "Here's a good argument," right?
Yeah.
Die Hard was released in the summer.
That's what I was just about to say. July
But-
12th, 1988.
Good. Back up for a second.
was released.
You know what was also released, like in October, early October,
What?
like end of September? Miracle on 34th Street.
Wow. Okay.
So you say Miracle on 34th Street's a Christmas movie, nobody would argue that,
Yeah.
right? But that shit was released in October,
But doesn't Miracle on 34th Street take place during...
starting at Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. That's when it doesn't like actually connect to Christmas.
Yeah, but a lot of movies start like the weeks leading up. That's considered the Christmas season from Thanksgiving.
Seasonal, yeah.
Like Macy's Day Parade, which that starts with ends with Santa Claus coming through on the sleigh. Like that's
Yeah.
the beginning of the Christmas season. It's Thanksgiving to Christmas Day. So like that's really not a good argument because that shit came out in like October 7th.
It's funny. I'm looking at the Wikipedia and it says Die Hard has been named one of the best action and Christmas themed films ever made.
Yeah, it is so.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wikipedia doesn't lie, folks.
Doesn't
Wikipedia
someone
never lies.
Doesn't somebody get stuck in a chimney?
No. Wait, in Die Hard?
Yeah.
There's no chimney, dude. They're in a fucking huge
Think
office
about it.
The
You
air
mean-
duct?
Oh, the air duct, like that's
He's
the,
basically Santa
yeah,
Claus?
No, you could
You could
can
maybe
argue
that was
that.
That's, okay,
He's
maybe that's a
Santa-
metaphor.
He's bringing
Come on.
freedom, which is the present of
Christmas
freedom
cheer.
to all of the hostages.
And he's putting coal or
Yeah.
lead in the bad guys.
Yeah.
He's giving the
There
bad
you go.
guys.
Lead,
Lead,
which is
coal,
element.
By the way,
like
at that
coal.
Christmas
Yes.
party, there was one of the biggest Christmas trees.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
There's a big
Oh,
Christmas tree.
white snow on the table. Elliot.
Yeah,
Lifting up.
there's the snow, the LA snow.
The scene
Yeah,
where they were in
that
the back
snow.
office, the
Doing
gift
the little,
of giving.
yeah, the
scene where they're
giving,
the back office.
the one scene.
The
Yeah,
one scene, yeah, in the back office, the gift of giving.
Gift of giving.
That's
There
like the
you go.
one little bit of nudity in that whole
It's
film,
like- yeah, it's
which
like
is
half a
like
second.
it's perfect because you don't want to have like gratuitous nudity in a Christmas film, and
Right.
there's just like a tiny little bit,
yeah.
just enough.
Yeah, so I mean, like literally, I'm like, I don't know what else you need.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
true.
don't know what else you need. Like, okay, it's not in cold. Normally, when you think Christmas movies, they're usually in cold weather, right? Like,
Yeah.
you need snow and you need like them to be in an area. Every Christmas movie does that. No Christmas movies take place in LA and Florida, right? This one does. So maybe that's why they're like, well, it's not even cold outside. I'm like, are you trying to say that the entire southern, all the southern states of America are not, don't celebrate Christmas? What the fuck are you talking about?
This is so weird. I found this thing where it's like list of films considered the best, and apparently, or the best ever. Apparently, this is like a national, international survey of critics and the public, and they just have a list of like all these films, like action, animation, shorts and features, Christmas comedy, and under Christmas, the only film that's listed is Die Hard. I'm like,
Really?
it's on Wikipedia. But like, who put this together? Like, there's literally just like 30 comedies and like 30, animated
Yeah.
films, and then you get to Christmas, and it's like the only film is Die
the
Hard.
only film that exists.
Voted the greatest Christmas movie by British film magazine Empire readers in 2015.
That's a pretty legit established magazine.
I didn't. Somebody brought this
Empire.
up.
That's a pretty like legit one.
Yeah.
Somebody brought this up. McLane's gun is wrapped with Christmas tape
At the
on
end,
his
on his
back.
back.
Oh yeah, that's
Giving
true.
the bullet.
I was actually going to say that earlier, but then I was like, I couldn't remember if it was duct tape or
No,
not.
no, no. It's Christmas wrapping
It
paper.
was duct
It's
tape,
like-
and It's Always Sunny. When
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
and he talks about how McLane learns the spirit of Christmas
Yeah.
in this film.
Yeah, the
It's
family
true.
unites.
The family unites.
They're literally
Exactly.
divided, and this incident brings
Yeah,
them
they're like
together.
separated, and she's using her maiden name. She's not even going after in the beginning of the film. He's like, Holly McLane.
Yeah.
And he's like, nothing's coming out. He's like, try Gennaro or whatever. And he's like,
Jesus Christ.
This is what the guy says at the end.
Bitch.
This is what the guy said at
Jesus
the end of this
Christ.
statement. He said, "Yeah,
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was
And
going to
he's,
bring
like,
up."
upset.
Plus,
He's like, that dumb ho-ho-ho.
simply
They
shouts
immediately argue.
Jesus Christ throughout the whole film.
Yes,
That's true. Yeah.
Birth
there
of
you go.
Jesus.
Yeah. The birth of Christ. I mean, come on.
Wow,
Jesus.
How much more Christmas can you get?
How much do you guys need?
Yeah,
That's true.
I think because it is an action film, people don't really look at those as Christmas.
I think it's
film.
because it's rated R. I think people don't associate
Actually.
rated R films.
Love
Actually is
Love
rated
Actually
R.
rated R.
Oh, that's
See,
true. But that came out like way after
2003.
Die Hard, so maybe people were like,
There's more nudity in Love Actually than
lot
there
of
is in
nudity, yeah.
what
Die
other
Hard.
that
action
is a great
film is
Christmas
considered
movie.
a holiday film?
Action films? I wouldn't. Okay, so the Ref
I
is
mean,
not
in a
really an
little
action
way,
film.
we talked about this before, but Lethal Weapon.
We talked
The
about that. I think
elements of-
people would
yeah.
argue the same thing, and it's
I
slightly
think Die
less,
Hard's more.
Yeah, definitely. Lethal Weapon's a slightly less of a Christmas movie, though I think it is, and we've talked about it being. But Die Hard's like, if you were to say, okay, Lethal Weapon's not, I'd be like, I think it is, but fine. I'm not going to argue it like crazy or anything like that. But Die Hard is so like in your face with Christmas.
Yes.
Like, it smacks you with every Christmas metaphor. It has every Christmas element. It's got everything. Like, name one Christmas element that's in any other movie. It's in Die Hard. It's just done, yes, in a rated R action-y way.
Yeah.
So nobody's thinking it is. And it doesn't have to do with giving presents. It has to do with shooting guns and saving people's lives. But, like, what else? What better thing is there than give people the gift of their own life back, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like the best gift you could
He
ever
saves
give.
them all. That's the greatest gift.
Yeah, because literally the movie is the fucking bad guy, Hans Gruber, is going to take everyone to the roof of the building,
and
detonate
blow
the
the
top
roof.
of the building, and murder like
Everybody.
50 people or
Yes,
something.
More
Like,
than that. It's gotta
or
be
however
100
many people it was. Yeah, he was going to kill everybody,
Yes.
and John McClane saves them all.
Right.
Yeah, he's Santa
Oh,
Claus.
he's Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah,
Who says ho, ho, ho? Santa
No,
Claus.
well-
Santa Claus, yeah.
And
Christmas
in this movie,
people.
John McClane.
This guy said, much like Joseph and Mary, John McClane is a weary traveler.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Came from New York. He's
Always
in
in his
LA.
bare feet.
In the beginning of the movie,
Oh.
he sees the chick in like the spandex, and he's just like, LA. Like, cause no one, I guess, no one in New York would dress that way. or
Nobody wears
whatever.
Exactly.
spandex except
Yeah.
for those in LA in the
Except
80s.
LA people.
I mean, that
Yeah.
was like, you have, I don't know any other films that I remember right now that had such a grand Christmas party.
Right.
I mean, and that was like the first 20 minutes of the film was this big Christmas party.
Yeah, I mean, movies have done it.
Yeah.
I think
They've
like,
done it, but this was
Family
like
Man
they
had it.
really talked about. There was a speech that the CEO did,
Yeah.
thanking everyone and really actually thanking himself.
Yeah, I think he talks about Christmas bonuses.
he
and stuff
talks
like
about
that.
Christmas bonuses and things like that.
God, what else is there? Let's see. There's they're drinking Coca-Cola. That's very Christmassy.
So
Okay,
the-
there's no
the
Santa on the
book
Coke,
is-
so
the book is called Nothing Lasts Forever. Is the name of the actual book that the movie's based on, and apparently Clint Eastwood in the early '80s was like tied. He had the rights to Nothing Lasts
Oh,
Forever,
really?
and he was gonna apparently get looking to play the role, but it was gonna be like a play on like Towering Inferno.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
which it kind of has that.
It still has
Towering
that,
Inferno
yeah.
thing going.
Super interesting.
Okay, so what else? What else is Christmassy in Die Hard?
Both Mary and Holly were pregnant.
Holly's not pregnant.
She was pregnant.
She's not pregnant
She
in that
gave him
movie.
Pregnancy.
She's 100% not pregnant in that movie.
Yeah, I don't think she's pregnant.
she's not
Because
pregnant
they
in
have
the
two
movie.
kids. Remember,
Yeah,
they
they
show
have
their
two
two
kids.
kids with the
And
nanny.
in later on in the movies, he only has one daughter, one son. It's
Yeah.
Lucy and John Jr., I think.
Yeah, because he shows.
Or was
the
it her
son shows
friend?
up
Or
in
was
the
it her
fifth
friend
one.
that was
Yeah.
pregnant? Her friend
Yeah,
was
yeah. There's
pregnant.
the
Right,
yes,
that's
there's the
right,
pregnant
yeah.
woman. And she's like,
Yeah.
she needs a couch, and I think we should start doing bathroom unless you want urine all over the floor or whatever
Yeah.
she says
Yeah.
to him.
What's funny is even like Hans Gruber will kill you, but he's not like vindictive. You know what I mean? Like he's not like pure evil. Like if you watch,
He's not
like,
irrational.
yeah, he's not irrational. Like he's
just
trying
willing
to
to be
get his
cold-blooded, get
money,
what-
and he will kill you in the heartbeat if that's going to prevent you from obtaining his goal. But he's not like going to go out of his way just to murder people. He doesn't. You know what I mean? He's not like a killer. He's not like a bad guy that like likes murder. So
Right.
even in a weird way, like you sympathize a little bit Because
Yeah.
like she comes in and she makes all these demands, like you know, people are gonna start pissing all over the place. She's pregnant, blah blah blah, and he's like, he helps her out. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
And all his goons are like pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They're just like, they're gonna like blow people away with their machine guns, and Hans has to like rein him in.
Right. Shoot the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's also
He's just so like
the good
calculated.
guys all have great character arcs in this movie too.
FBI
Like,
are the worst in that.
Oh
though.
my God.
The
I guess we're
FBI
gonna
are
need
just as bad as Hans Gruber.
Guess we're gonna
Yeah.
need new FBI guys.
That was a great. Line.
That was a great line.
It's
So-
like this is like Vietnam, man. And
So-
it's like I wasn't even born yet.
Right.
Or then they're just
Dick-
gonna like
dickhead.
kill all. What did he say? He's like, if 30% survive, like I'm okay with that.
I'm
or
okay with
something.
that. Yeah, they're willing to
literally
kill
the
some
murder.
Of the hostages.
Yeah, they're gonna kill John McClane.
They're terrible.
because they think John McClane's
Is the bad guy? Yeah,
terrible.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
Oh my God.
but the three main good guys in this movie, right? Four, I guess, if you consider Argyle, but like the really good guys are John McClane,
Yeah.
Holly Gennaro McLane, and Carl Winslow, whatever his name is.
God, we gotta look.
Yeah,
this
look it up,
I don't know
because that's
why we
driving
keep
me
saying
nuts.
This is like because he says his name.
He does. And
Al.
he's called Al. That's right.
Something. Yeah.
So, but those are the three, and they all have great character arcs, right? So John and Holly, they made really their main thing is coming together, right?
Yeah.
It kind of unifies the family where they've
Al
had
Powell, Sergeant
Al
Al
Powell,
Powell. Yeah. I don't
yes.
know how I didn't remember that.
I know. I
Powell.
felt like I was like
Al
right on
Powell,
the tip.
Powell.
Yeah. So, but he has his own character arc, right?
Yeah.
So his whole thing is like he shot a kid, so he's been working the desk pretty much,
Yeah.
for a while. I
Yeah.
guess he's on the streets that night. But like the whole thing is that he went through all his own shit, and you get that all just through kind of dialogue, little pepper dialogue, while he's trying to keep John going, and they form this bond and this friendship over a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like
great.
where the
They-
bad
they
guys
never
are listed
meet
in.
until
Which
the
brings up
end.
the topic
Yeah,
of
and the bad guys are
kindness to
listening in.
strangers
Yeah.
during the holidays.
Yes, kindness to strangers, finding
the
friends
holidays,
in strange places,
yeah.
dark alleys.
It's
and
a great moment that
was
scene
a
at the
joke.
end where
Dark
they finally see each other, and
we find
then
Batman.
they embrace.
Yeah,
and
well,
then the guy
there's the scene.
and this is the completion of Al Powell's character arc,
Yeah.
right? So he's had this thing where he couldn't even draw a gun. He was like so like almost shell shocked from shooting this kid, and everything's gone
Yeah.
to
He
shit.
he never wanted to pull a gun.
and
on
then
someone
this
again,
guy,
yeah.
fucking what's his face,
Bad guy,
ballet
yeah.
guy.
God, what is his name? That guy's great too. I've
Yes,
seen him in like a
Carl
ton of
is his
films.
brother.
He
was in.
yeah, he died.
Money
His
Pit.
name is
He
just
died,
Carl.
yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a last name. Just
No,
K.
Carl's his brother.
Um,
No, Carl's his brother, isn't it?
no, his name was Carl.
No.
Yeah. Who you think? You're thinking
Who's
the guy?
ho machine gun? Was it his name, Carl?
His name was Tony.
What the fuck, Tony? There's
Yeah.
no way Tony and Carl are these like Germans right off
Brothers.
the
Okay,
boat Germans.
so the guy-
Tony and Carl.
It's funny. Some of these,
named
if
these
you look at the
guys?
photos on IMDb, like some of these guys like still have the like their main photo is
Is
a photo
Die
from
Hard.
Die Hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the only one they
Yeah.
did. But
Okay, so yeah,
The
Tony,
guy who
right?
played-
Tony is ho. Now the machine
yeah,
gun.
Tony.
right on his
Its name
sweatshirt.
is Andreas Wisniewski. Andreas Wisniewski, and an Alexander Godunov.
That was Carl.
God,
Yeah, I know he
Carl
died.
with a K.
Carl. Yeah, I know he
Yeah.
died, but so and he was like a ballet dancer.
Yeah, he died in '95.
yeah, suicide.
Was it?
Yeah, he killed himself.
Jesus.
He was in Money Pit as well.
Yeah, I know. That's why
yeah,
I love Money Pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he was a ballet dancer. I think that was actually his main
Yeah.
profession. So, but that scene at the end where he comes out with the fucking blanket over his shoulder. Why does he have a blanket? How the hell did this happen? Was he like? I guess he snuck out with the
Who was
rest of the employees. Carl has like a blanket on his shoulder, and he throws it off and reveals the machine gun. I think he was coming out with the employees trying to like sneak out.
No, I think he was like like they thought he was dead. They brought him out on a stretcher.
No,
or
he wasn't on a
something.
stretcher. He didn't jump up. Remember, he was standing there.
All right,
he
we should
throws
just
off.
YouTube it.
Look it up right now. He comes out and he throws off the blanket or the sheet or whatever from his shoulders
Yeah.
to reveal the machine gun. I think he had somehow, I don't know how, wrapped it up, found it in the building, wrapped it out around himself, and walked out as if he was like a huddled, victim. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, I don't know what. I think he just wanted to kill John McClane because he killed his brother. Because he could have just snuck out and probably been fine
Right.
and gotten away scot-free. But I think he must have found that because he wouldn't have come out with a big ass machine gun. Nobody would have put a blanket over him and be like, "Oh, you poor wretched soul," right?
Yeah.
So he must have found the blanket inside, wrapped it around himself.
I will say the way that the scene is I'm gonna turn the music up. The way the scene is shot, like
Yeah.
where it's like the music is like building, it's
Yeah.
like in slow motion. I love it. Like
Yeah.
it gives me chills every time I watch it. And then you see like because John doesn't have any weapons and Holly's with
Yeah.
John, and
Not
then he
even ready to
grabs
face
Holly
you.
and like pulls her down, and he's just like looking back because the dude's
Yeah.
got like the assault rifle and he points it at him.
And this is where
And he's like,
Sergeant
"I'm gonna kill you!" Like with a big bloody smile,
Yeah.
and then
and Sergeant Al Powell.
Yeah, like you
Boom.
see, you see like the tip of the gun
It's
like
actually a
come
cool,
down.
cool shot.
It's
actually.
really great.
Yeah.
Like the cinematography.
I think the
fantastic.
cinematographer
Yeah.
was John DePano, whatever, the guy who directed Speed.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay,
and Tomb Raider or whatever.
Yeah.
He was the
that's crazy.
DP on that movie.
Was it Jean de Bont or
John
something?
DeBont.
DeBano?
Yeah, Jean DeBont. So, but I love that kind of scene where kind of like that it pans up or whatever it does, and it shows Sergeant Al Powell with the gun. He was able to pull the gun, pull the trigger, save everybody. Kind of
Yeah.
like, rectified his whole scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the scene, right?
Hold on, watch it. Let's say this. I want to see him like him rise out of.
Yeah,
thin
he like
air.
rises up. He's hunched over.
It's
has
such a
the blood-
crazy
Why are
scene,
we
too.
watching this scene on the audio
I just-
podcast?
No,
no,
I'm not.
no. We're
I'm not-
talking about. Where have you
We're
been?
just trying
I
to
swear to
find-
God, we're having a whole
Yeah,
I'm
conversation.
dude,
verifying
you're
all
right.
these facts that you guys
You're
are
right.
saying. You guys are questioning
this
the
is
audience.
the
He
fact.
walked
This is why
out.
we're watching
He
this
walked
scene, 'cause we're
out.
talking about
He
this
was like
thing.
a victim. Like he walked out with a blanket on
Yeah,
him, and
yeah.
all the only first scene they show him is he's kind of hunched for like
And
half
then
a
he
second, and then he
whips it
whips
off.
it off, and he's got the gun. He throws a cop on the
So
ground.
he must
Yeah.
have thrown the
Yeah.
blanket on himself.
For
Because,
some reason, I had this idea he was out. It was like
On
on
a
a stretcher.
stretcher?
They were bringing bodies down or something.
Yeah. No, because if they put him on a stretcher, how would he have gotten the gun? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, he must. And there's no way anybody would have wrapped him in a blanket with a gun, a big ass fucking assault rifle in his hands. So
Yeah.
he must have grabbed the blanket, wrapped it around himself, hid the gun, hunched over, kind of
Walked
walked
out.
out like he was a victim. And then when he got into a place ready to
How
go,
did he get off the? He was like suffocated.
I
by
know.
the thing,
No,
like,
we don't
I
know. They're not
yeah.
going to explain that. The guy
You don't
should be
need to
dead.
know.
Yeah.
That thing was
That's called
wrapped
the
around
Christmas
like
They
30
show a
times.
scene
You know
where
what
it's
that's
like
called?
brothers talking to him from the afterlife, and he's
Yeah.
like, "You must get revenge on
No,
me,
like,
Carl."
It's like the
That was the
Mufasa-
Christmas miracle.
That was the Christmas.
There you go.
That he came back to life.
That's more of an Easter.
To get revenge, is
resurrected
that right?
Easter
Resurrect-
story.
yeah.
It's an Easter movie, guys. Die Hard is totally an Easter
Not
movie.
only a Christmas movie, it's also an Easter movie.
Oh man, There's
Carl
not enough
literally
Easter
rose
movies.
from the
There's
dead.
Not enough.
Carl literally rose from the dead.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then revealed himself.
And then what's the song that plays at the end? I always.
The weather outside is
So is it Bing
frightful.
Crosby or is it?
There's
Frank-
a lot
Frank-
of Christmas
is
classics.
it Frankie or
in there.
Dean? Is it Frank?
But there's not just that song. There's a lot of Christmas
Maybe it's Frank
classics in this
Sinatra.
film.
yeah, I think it's
Because Frank Sinatra was like
gonna
70.
Be in the,
he was
and
like
gonna be in Die
73
Hard.
when they wanted him to be
and
in the
he was
movie.
going to play John McClane.
Did you know Bruce Willis wasn't even the third choice to
Well,
play this role?
was he
They
not?
had like 10 other actors they wanted to play. It was like Charles Bronson and all these other people, Clint Eastwood.
Really?
Yeah, because they considered him a comedic
Oh
actor.
yeah, he was in.
He was
He was in Moonlighting.
Moonlighting, or
and then he was
something,
in that
yeah.
movie Blind Date with Kim Basinger. Yeah,
Yeah, they were
that's
like,
right. he
this-
was a
he's like a
stand-up.
comedy.
He
Like,
was actually
why-
a stand-up. He did stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, why would we put this guy in it? And then I think that they greenlit the film, but just because I guess they wanted it to get made or something, but they didn't think it was going to be successful.
Yeah. Performed by Vaughn Monroe. Let us
Okay,
know,
so
let us
it says
know,
rumor.
let us know.
Rumor has it, according to this whole article of all these Die Hard facts. Rumor has it that Sylvester Stallone, Harrison Ford, Robert De Niro, Charles Bronson, Nick Nolte, Mel Gibson, Richard Gere, Don Johnson, Burt Reynolds, and Richard Dean Anderson. Yes, MacGyver.
So check this
Were
out.
all considered for
Oh,
the role
MacGyver.
of John McClane,
Oh, wow.
and all declined it.
Wow.
This literally is like the beginning of his career.
This literally launched him into superstardom.
But
So
I feel
check
like
this
if
out.
anyone else played it, it would be
Check
weird.
this out.
Wouldn't be the same.
So
Yeah.
Bing Crosby.
Winter Wonderland, that's a song in
Yeah.
that film. Let It Snow.
Yeah.
Christmas in Hollis.
Oh to Joy. Ode to Joy.
Ode to Joy.
Yeah, Ode to
I
Joy.
don't, that's not
Jingle
particularly
Bells.
That's not Christmas particularly. Ode to Joy. It's Beethoven. It's not really.
But I feel like they play
People
it.
kind of do it, I guess.
They
But
play
it's not.
It
like,
There's
is.
a lot of like non-Christmas songs that get played during the people
That
associate
is true.
with Christmas.
Baby, It's Cold Outside
like
is not
even
technically Christmas.
in Sound of Music.
Christmas
like,
in Hollis.
Oh yeah, these are some of my favorite things. or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
That's
not a
totally
Christmas
not
song.
Christmas at all.
And Christmas in Hollis.
Yeah, Christmas in Hollis.
Yeah.
Run
That's
Your
on the
Seat. Yeah, we
soundtrack,
talked about
right?
that.
All
Yeah.
those
So
songs?
that's
It's like
so,
half Christmas
Like half of
songs.
the soundtrack for this film is Christmas.
I know. This is
music.
why I'm like,
There's too many.
there's too
facts
much to
support
deny
this.
it, guys.
And
wanna
I
hear
don't
the
understand why the
arguments.
percentage is
But,
so
like,
low.
It seems like it should be
It's
half
so
and half
interesting. Yeah.
minimally.
But
like-
even the
like-
writer said it was a Christmas movie. I mean,
Yeah,
like, the
no,
director,
that's his own. Like, obviously, he's the screenwriter, so it's sort of like
Yeah, that's like me building an.
Okay.
he could say whatever because it obviously reinforces his own movie. Like, he's not going to be like,
All right.
I mean, he could say it's not,
We're
but
addressing the public's general consensus.
yeah. So why
Okay.
why else?
It's just
do they
like
say
Apple
it's
saying
not?
my phone works.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever, dude. So why else would they not think it's a Christmas movie. What are the other arguments for that?
Bruce Willis was barely even seen on the movie's posters. That's true because they
you're
had
just
the
getting
towers.
a general trivia on
just
Die
towers.
Hard now.
I
There's
know.
just
I'm
towers.
like
We're
fascinated.
so
how
off
he
the
was paid $5 million to make this movie.
Really? And he was like the 20th choice?
Yeah,
And he got $5 million still? I don't think
guess.
that's true.
it was considered a rather hefty sum at the time.
I don't think $5 million.
Bruce Willis suggested that Bonnie Bedelia play his wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what? Why else? Okay, name another reason why people think this is not a Christmas movie.
Why wouldn't they think?
I'm really stuck on the reason. 'cause
I think it's
an
the
action film.
violence. I think it's the
yeah, it's
only
an action
reason
film,
that
the
people
violence. I think this is
don't
all-
think
Because
it's
if that's it,
Christmas.
because
That's
we
the
have
only reason.
100 reasons it's a Christmas movie, and they have one, maybe two, that it's not.
Yeah.
Like that just seems like denial.
I mean,
I 100% agree with that.
I mean, let's be like honestly, like the general consensus of what makes a Christmas movie is a movie about like somebody, like some life-changing event that makes somebody like care more and give more and be a better person, and like that's like a theme of Christmas is to like do more and to help mankind and to help your fellow
Which is
fellow
what
man or
John
man and
McClane
woman
did.
and child and all that.
Right.
And yeah, he does do it, but I mean, it's like, you know, it's there's generally a lighter theme, a lighter tone to the Christmas films, and
So
like,
maybe they want it to be
about
more
people
spiritual.
connecting and all that kind of stuff. And in a way, this is that, but like with a more action. It's not as subtle. It's like very in your face.
I think they want it to be more gushy and mushy and whatever. Maybe that's what it is. Because, like, okay, I found there was an article on why it's not a Christmas movie on the National Catholic Register.com. So I think maybe it's sort of like the more spiritual ones that want the true meaning of Christmas type stuff in it. And
I mean, you can have a PG version where he like tries to just like talk Hans Gruber down and talk the guys that putting their guns away and not murder people.
Right. Well, if you look at it though, I don't think
No.
okay, when I think Christmas movie, I don't think it has to have that spiritual, like people go the true meaning of Christmas, like that whole speech in Charlie Brown Christmas where he's like, and the Lord, da da da, like it's that whole kind of more Christian element of it.
Yeah.
I've never celebrated Christmas for that. And I get crisis in Christmas and everything like that. I'm a more commercial guy when it comes to Christmas. But I do believe in the doing good. I do believe in the joy of Christmas and that one time a year not to be selfish. And I believe in all that aspect of it.
I'm
And
glad you
be
believe
good
in
to
that
dynamic.
last
No, I do.
One time a year, I'm not going to be
version.
selfish.
Just once a year. Just once a year. No. December 26th.
Once a year, Nick's
I'm rotting
like,
again.
here
And here. And I get it now.
I get it.
I get it. And if you give, then the miracle can happen to you. It can happen to all of us.
And then in January, he's like, nah.
These people that say Christmas just once a year, it's a
the
crop.
26th.
It's not.
The 26th.
He's like, bitch, it's January. You ain't getting shit.
No, December 26th.
December 26th,
Literally
midnight.
Yeah,
Midnight.
you have 24 hours, my friend, to get some good from this guy.
No, I'm like out giving like soup to the homeless at 11:59 p.m. midnight. I'm
Give that
smacking
shit
that
back.
shit out of their heads.
Give that
Oh, yeah,
Threw it
yeah.
on the
God.
ground.
So-
Anyways,
Sam Neill was approached to play the part of
are
Hans
you
Gruber.
still going with this general
There's so
trivia?
many
We're talking
general
about Christmas. We're not just talking about Die Hard.
Oh, this is so great.
He's like in the Wikipedia wormhole right now.
I love it.
So this is our argument. All three of us, for the first time, are on the same page about something. We all agree it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Right? It's just there's too much. And there's good in it. And there's character arcs that show these people reuniting and families coming together. And like that is all there in present in this movie. Yes, there's not the more Christian elements to it. There's not the more spiritual and the true meaning of Christmas in that way. But there are the coming together, the this is a time for family.
Yeah.
And like all of that stuff is in this movie.
It's literally. I agree with what you say. I think people are just being. And they're just in denial because it really is. I mean, every element that is in a Christmas film, Die Hard has it. It really does. I mean, and it has like we talked about, half of the soundtrack is Christmas songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's so
Takes
many
place on Christmas Eve.
Exactly. There's so many lines that relates to Christmas, relates to holidays. There's so many elements in there to resemble the Christmas spirits or Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
And I just think people are just in denial because it's not your classical style of what is considered a Christmas film, which is Christmas on, Miracle on 34th Street, which, like you said, it wasn't even released in
early
Christmas,
October, yeah.
So you
know
can't
what's
even
so
argue with
interesting?
that.
You know what just hit me? Like when Hans Gruber falls out of the window, that's like the scene of like Scrooge when he like starts falling into the the grave or
Yeah, the
whatever.
grave.
And
It
he's
is
like
kind of
holding
bad.
on,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
like falls. Like if Hans Gruber's falling, and all of a sudden the film cut to like him like waking up in his bed, and it's like sunny,
Yeah.
and it's like Christmas morning,
They
and he's
should
like,
do that.
Hey boy, and he like throws him a gold coin. He's like, get the biggest turkey you can. That would be
wanna
amazing.
live.
I want to see like a mashup where it's
That would be great.
hilarious.
That would be great.
That would be cool.
But so listen,
Scrooge versus Hans.
If you're listening to us right now, if you're listening to this podcast and you still believe that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, then you're in a river in Africa. Denial.
What? I was like, where the fuck are you going with
You're
this?
in
that
denial.
is in Africa. That's true.
It is in Africa, correct? But I was like,
Denial.
Before you said denial, I was
Yeah.
like, where is he?
Wait,
Why-
in a river in Africa. Denial.
if
Anyway,
you're
so-
listening to this, and at this point you don't think that Die Hard is a Christmas film, you have no fucking Christmas spirit.
Jesus.
Wow, that got real.
Yeah, we need to go start shoving it down the throats.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I was gonna
I'm
say, so
I'm shaking this.
the people, I think, okay, so we talk about movies every week. Like
Yeah.
we're like movie fanatics. So we're like different from people that just casually watch films
Yes.
occasionally every
Yeah.
once in a while, and they don't like overly think films like we do.
We're a
So-
slave to it.
Yeah, we're a slave to film.
We're no
Like,
tourists.
We're gonna like look at every little nuanced thing and be like, oh, he was trying to say this and
Yeah.
this. Like when he put his hand to the right and his finger touched that thing, it's like that's what he was trying to really say was that, whatever.
Right.
So like we're gonna do that kind of shit. Most people are gonna like gloss over all those little points. Like even these points in Die Hard, they're gonna
Yeah.
gloss over those things and just see guns shooting, people, blood shooting out of their chest or whatever. So we have to take that into consideration. So if there's a group of the population that are like, it's not a Christmas movie, that's all they're seeing.
Right.
They're just seeing the blood and the violence.
The final
and-
picture.
They're not looking deeper.
Yeah, they're not looking
They're
deeper.
just seeing
And
the
we're-
final result. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm like
Symbology.
in this this poll or whatever where people are saying it's not a Christmas movie. Like, are the majority of the people not like film critics?
I think majority of them
are
are
they critical
Grinches.
of films?
Right. And why don't they
I don't know if
should
they're
poll?
Grinches, but-
You know what they should do? They should
Take
poll
that into consideration.
Die Hard fans.
Right. Well, then, yeah.
No, not necessarily, but that like people who aren't Die Hard fans go, it's not a Christmas movie. Like, well, have you seen it first off?
Yeah.
And if you did see it, and you don't like it, then you're just gonna go, it's not a Christmas movie because I don't like it. And I'm like, that's not good enough.
It's not being, yeah.
It's not
being
subjective. Yeah, it's not subjective, objective, whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
but if you poll fans and like that should actually go, we fully understand the movie, we know all the aspects of the movie,
Yeah.
and now you can make a decision. You need to make an informed decision.
Yeah.
You need to really know the movie to decide whether or not it's a Christmas movie.
You know what's crazy that I just learned? So in the scene when
He's on the
McClane
Wikipedia hole.
is in the vent and he jumps to grab onto the ledge,
Yeah.
and he misses it.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah, he goes
stuntman
tumbling down.
the stuntman actually missed that and when they were actually filming the scene, and like I guess fell into a net or whatever, a bag or some shit. And they kept that scene, like where he misses the
Yeah,
first
it's
one and then
great.
grabs the second.
It's
like that
great.
he was intended, the stuntman was supposed to grab that first
Really?
one, and that was gonna be the take. And then he accidentally missed it, and we're like, "Oh, that looked crazy."
It makes it
Like,
infinitely better.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like more thrilling. I just thought that
Yeah,
was
because
interesting.
you're like, oh shit, now he's gonna tumble down to his death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which
then
reminds
we've-
me,
we've talked about the Alan
when
Rickman
Santa
thing
tried to
before.
grab that chimney and he missed. And he
Yeah,
had to
there
go
you
in
go.
through
Right.
the window.
That's basically a chimney.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It
the
is.
chef,
Come on,
yeah.
y'all.
Anyway, so that's it. That's what it is. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Proved our point.
Any of you who
Wait,
support
hold
this
on.
theory,
This is
Deal with-
interesting.
are you about to throw?
Hans
he's-
Gruber's German is mostly gibberish. Like he's not speaking like real German. I need to rewatch it again just to hear him like making shit up.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God.
"Chok, I wonder if
What
this
the-
is true. I need to like find a German person. To,
Oh, so
like,
that
you
was the
know,
first
like,
Minion
translate this
speech?
shit.
It sounds great.
The
Though.
first Minion speech.
Yeah, exactly.
basically, yeah.
All right, so any of you who support this theory that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, thank you. We're with you. You're with us. We're unified. We gotta put on a good, solid, strong front towards these haters, these people who are, I think, ill-informed, don't really know. And if you're listening and you are one of the ill-informed, we're no longer friends. Just kidding. No,
my gosh.
just, you know what? This is what I would suggest. Go watch the movie again.
Yeah.
Open mind and just watch all the scenes, catch all the Christmas references, all the Christmas dialogue, all the Christmas music, all the Christmas elements in this film, symbology. Everything's there. There's so much.
Yeah.
It's almost undeniable. And then stop and go, why do I keep saying it's not a Christmas movie? And then just
I think that's a good way to go because
Just
now
see.
you're telling them see the elements within the movie.
And if you do that at the end and
You
you,
have to
answer that
rewatch
question
it with
for
Christmas
yourself,
goggles.
yes. And at the end, if you really, after looking at it and just really analyzing it, really still decide, no, this is not a Christmas movie, then fine.
I'm gonna end it like this.
I'll
I'm
give you
gonna
that.
prove this point right now.
We should end it with
All
this
right.
piece of
So,
trivia, which
with-
is interesting.
All right.
Everybody in the room who believes that Die Hard is a Christmas film, raise your hand.
Yeah,
Obviously,
nobody can
all
see
our
us
three.
raise it, but
Yeah.
all three.
We're all
Obviously,
three of us
all
are raising
three.
your
I'm
hands,
gonna
yeah.
confirm that. Who doesn't? All right. See, I don't
Yeah,
see any
yeah.
hands. My point is proven. Die Hard is a Christmas
Yes.
film.
And we're the
Thank
board
you.
of directors on all movies.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
all right, so you want me to end with this trivia?
Yeah, this is
guy
great
sucked
trivia.
at trivia. So in a 2013 interview, Bruce Willis admitted that Yippee-Ki-Yay motherfucker was really just a joke. It was a throwaway. I was just trying to crack up the crew, and I never thought it was going to be allowed to stay in the film.
That's crazy.
That's crazy 'cause
That's
it's
so
iconic. Oh, wow.
crazy.
It's
It's
an
iconic
iconic
now.
line. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his
Wow.
catchphrase.
Yeah, he's just like, I guess he's comedian. He was a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
So he's just, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then like they kept it in the movie.
Yeah. Well, he did say the Roy Rogers thing, and then he said that.
Yep.
More
Yeah.
partial Roy Rogers myself.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. We proved our point. Thank
Yep.
you guys for joining us here at Get to the Podcast. That's Get to the Podcast with the number 2. My name is Diego D'Souza.
I'm Nick Gambino.
And I'm Neil Carson.
And yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
Come out to the podcast. Have a good time. Not bad.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.